What's up, guys? It's John at National Sports Entertainment. And I know, especially if you've been following my channel for a while, picks is 99% of what we do. But there are times that things come up that are more important. And I've been following this very closely, just like I was Kobe. The problem with Kobe was I didn't have a channel at the time. That's part of the reason I made my channel, to be quite honest. Wound up getting yanked, but now that I have the opportunity, we're going to cover something in live time. So right now, again, not to belabor any points, but we have an individual who is fighting very hard, and we're not getting a lot of updates. And essentially, the media is giving us some tidbits, but it's 50-50 whether this individual is going to be successful or not. And it's unprecedented that this has ever happened. So the news has made a point of this all day of pointing it out. And I just want to say for that individual, maybe Kevin McCarthy makes it, maybe he doesn't. But this distraction is the exact reason that I have made my channel. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep covering this fraud. I found it very interesting. And you notice it's the same script. So you might have thought I was talking about what we should be talking about on the news, Damar. But no, I was talking about Kevin McCarthy because they it's the same story. They even went as far as calling this unprecedented, which is the same word soundbite these puppets used yesterday when they were referring to Damar. My point is the whole reason this is happening on the news, this Idaho killer is more important too, I guess, this Ukrainian war, but the reason this main thing just happened to happen, this stalemate, is because they don't want the NFL, the media, nobody wants anybody questioning this. They want this to go as long as possible before they actually come out with anything. So I do find it very interesting that I just typed in news, I didn't type in anything, I typed in news because you would think the top stories would be on the news, and we just happen to have Kevin McCarthy here and Jeffrey's, fighting for, the battle. So when people say it's related, it is. I don't think it's always set up ritualistically on purpose, but in this case, it's just a distraction. They don't want people asking questions. They want this. They want people getting mad at Skip for his horrible comment and him and having beef with all these people and not questioning what actually happened. RG3 came out and said, don't watch the play if you care about the family. Well, again, it wasn't the play that it was a hard thing to watch. What was hard to watch was the him being given a defibrillator and him flatlining way after the play. So, that's the things I look out for. And the media, these Twitter personalities, whether it's RG3, they were all saying the same thing. Skip and Shannon here, just coming out and having this Skip say something egregious. So the first thought on people's mind is fire Skip and not what actually happened here. Even I remember CNN last night, Fox too. They both had different experts come on, and they basically explained why it couldn't be from an enlarged heart. So what a very interesting detail to give out, beforehand. So, for me, it's just, you can already see, we talked about it yesterday. They were going to wait, and then they were going to string together a narrative. So they're going with that he was hit, and that's the only update. And since the Congress is way more important than this guy's life, and since, they had Skip tell us that games are more important than this guy's life, people are going to gloss over every little detail, which is exactly what they want because they weren't expecting this to happen in front of everybody. And it did. They panicked, and they stopped the game because they didn't, which you should do, and that's good. But they stopped the script. They didn't know what to do. If they could have just pulled a Hitch situation, or not Hitch, what's the movie, Click, where the guy just stopped, where Adam Sandler just stops time for they would have done that because they weren't expecting this. And you can see already just by this news going over, the speaker vote, where we've never had this happen for a reason. It doesn't happen because they're all in on it together. Yeah, I'm guessing you're going into yeah. We were talking about this on the community post. Yeah, man, it's really messed up how they're intertwined. But yeah, so people mad at Skip. You can be mad at Skip all you want. It's not Skip. Shannon's in on it. Skip's in on it. The people that told Skip to tell this, he probably isn't even the guy who sent out the tweet. To be honest, I mean, if people aren't onto that by now, Kyrie did it. I'm wondering if not now, but if when Kyrie was putting out stuff, he was being told to. So, because maybe it would make him look crazy and put him in it. That way when stuff like this came up, people say, well, Kyrie, you can't trust him. So I'm just saying they do these things for a reason. And we're going to beat Vegas every week. I already dropped all my plays for the day. I will go into NBA in a second because I noticed one interesting thing. But, I just think, just these distractions, if, we're noticing them in the games, how they'll distract us and then show us a play or not show us a play. They won't show the people screwing up. They're doing the same thing here. They're distracting us from what really happened, and they're talking about something that it's not important because these people are all the same, and they just forced something in the political world, and then they got a killing and they got a couple other things, so they don't have to talk about this, which is how they operate. So again, I never like to waste time, and I did have a couple NBA picks, so I might as well hit them. Like I said, I was already not loving the schedule. We're playing a lot of college, so there's not going to be anything crazy tonight. What I do like is, like I said before, because I think more people are going to be on the Celtics, and because I do think they want the Thunder to look somewhat capable and hang in there as a play-in threat, I think I like the Thunder here to cover. I like the Wizards to cover. At first, I wasn't sure. I thought the Bucks would, with Giannis, but I think it's going to be one of those back-to-back deals again. Nobody expects it to happen, so they double down even harder, usually, on this team can't win twice in a row. That's why I don't focus on teams specifically. I look at the spreads. But having the points bound to back us up too, I like that. So I do like Washington a lot more than I did. And we might as well just play 3 because win or lose, I always like going for the hat trick. This one, again, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's 50-50. If anyone came out with a definitive reason that a certain team was going to win, outside of someone that really is good at numerology, then I would say they're lying because no analytics, no metrics, no narratives would really give this game away. What I will say is looking at their games kind of gives a little bit away. You can see a 4-game losing streak for Utah, and I think they want to keep the division relatively close. I think the Jazz need the win more than Utah or more than the Kings. That being said, do they cover? I'm going to buy it down to 2.5. I have a weird feeling. I don't know why, but my book was offering 3. If it's still offering 3.5, I'm just going to buy it down to 3. But I do like Utah to win this game. So if you want to be safe, play the money line, that's fine. But I'm either going to, like I said, I believe it was at 3, so I'll get it at 2.5. If not, it would be a push at 3. But I can definitely see a win, no cover. But I do think the analytics and just the upcoming schedules as well as the prior schedule has me leaning Utah covers here. So I do like the Utah cover. Again, all leg ones. I like the Thunder cover, and I like the Wizards cover. And I went over all my college picks in the last 2 videos because some I had come up with last night, and then all the ones I missed I hit today. So those will be all the plays that I'm doing today. I also post them as well, regularly. So if anybody wasn't sure, the only ones I like as like a second leg, if you're tailing me on that, is I like the under on Toledo. They've gone over a lot. I believe now it's probably kind of close, but I did go over that in 2 prior videos. But yeah, the under on Toledo and Louisville cover. The rest are leg ones. I do really like the Texas Tech game. I went over that in my last video. I think it's a trap. I don't know why Kansas, the 3rd-ranked team in the nation, is only a 1-point favorite. So yeah, I really wanted to go into how easy it is for the news to distract people between what's really going on, because this is what they want us talking about, this stupid fake wrestling stalemate between McCarthy and Jeffries. So I just figured I did have picks that I decided that I was going with, so I might as well get them out too. But you can just see how phony the news is, and they use the same script, they use the same lack of details and information, and more importantly, the same phrases. I've now heard the word unprecedented 58 times between them talking about McCarthy and them talking about Damar. So when you hear those words being repeated a million times, that's when I'm like, if a gematria guy types in the word unprecedented, that's cool. Because now we have a reason to type in that word. We're not searching for it. It's been said a million times because they're all told what to say. So they just say the same word. They don't use, I guess they don't know where to find the thesaurus. But yeah, so they always seem to use those same words when even with different events. And I do think these two are cross-correlated. So we'll see what happens. We'll see which news breaks first, right? The McCarthy, Jeffries, Jim Jordan news, whoever's going to win that, or the news on Damar. It should be interesting, especially if they break at, the same time. But it does seem like, they're just trying to keep the people in the dark as they make up these stories. But as far as the games, we got a bunch in play. So as I always say, happy earnings, and more importantly to everybody, positive vibes.